Here's a short ballet bar suitable for most levels, including beginners. I would advise doing this on a non-carpet floor and ensure you have enough space around you.
Hi there, so I'm going to start with pliés. Now you need a bar. I'm guessing you won't have one of these at home, but you need something that's, I would say, slightly higher than waist height, something you can rest your fingertips on, just level with your tummy box or a little bit higher. Make sure it's not something that's too low or something that's making your shoulders come up. Back of a chair would be great. Alright, I'm going to start with our feet in that first position. So let's put our feet together in parallel. And if you go back to my previous video with regard to turn out, you can think about the rotation from the hips. Little bend here and turn out from the hips, tailbone down and straighten the legs. That's where we're going to start. Okay, so we've got two different pliés. We've got a bend, the knees are going sideways, heels stay pressing onto the floor and squeeze. That's it. I want you to continue moving hips to the bottom and recover. Lovely. We're going to take a rise. We're going to go up onto the toes. I want you to make sure that your ankles have not rocked backwards and that your heels are pushing forward, and resist as you lower back into that first position. One full plié. So we're going to get to the depth of our demi-plié. Continue all the way down. Don't sit at the bottom. Press your heels down as you recover. And we're going to take Tendue out to second and repeat the exercise in second. Closing back into first. And we'll take one final rise to finish. And if you're happy, you can bring your arms to the first position and take a balance. Onto our Tendue exercise. So again, feet first, fingertips resting, tailbone down, legs squeezing together, rotated at the hips. Now I'm going to do two upper Tendues devant, which means in front, and then two to second with the same leg, and a demi-plié and stretch, and then repeat on the second side. Devant, I want you to think about leading with your heels, so pressing along the floor and stretch, and as you close, your toes coming back. We do this really to maintain the turnout, because if I come back with my heel, what happens is we tend to lose the rotation of the hips. So leaning forward with the heel, coming back with the toe, and then in that second position, don't let the leg roll in. I want to think again, rotating at the hip, heel forward, and close. Okay, so let's have a recap. We've got our fingers on the floor, on the bar, should I say? Yeah, two Tendues on, and one, and in, two, and in, second, and in, second, and in, a bend, 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 and straighten, and on the other side. Tendue. It's pressing along the floor, but it's a little bit sharper, and it's going to pop off the floor about a centimetre. So we've got push and in. Alright, so for this exercise, again, facing the bar, fingertips resting, feet first. Right leg, we're going to tendue the foot, devant, heel leading, nice stretch foot, and lift half a centimetre. So we're setting the height of the glisse. Point and close, and then 2 nice sharp glisse. 1 and in, 2 and in. Repeat a second, same leg. 1, little lift, point and close, sharp in, sharp in, and I'm going to repeat on the second side. Okay, so we're going to have a look at our arabesque line, okay? And that is going to face the bar. I'm just going to turn my back to you for a moment, okay? My shoulders and my hips are square, rotated the hips, fingertips resting, and I'm going to take one leg directly behind me. Alright, now what I want you to think about is rotating from the hip. So I'm just going to turn sideways so that you can see. If I take my leg behind me, I want to make sure that the weight isn't in the heel, okay, otherwise you're falling backwards, but the weight is over the ball of the foot, and we're not lifting the hip. If you think as your pelvis as a bowl of water, okay, so if I'm tilting forward, the water is spilling out, you need to have that pelvis in an upright position. Your back leg is fully stretched. Don't let the leg roll in, okay? Your knee is trying to look to the side without distorting your hips, okay? So I want you to do the exercise with your fingertips on the bar, okay? So really, I want you to have your feet into first, and just like this. And then you're going to take the leg behind, okay? I'm going to demonstrate it sideways so that you can see what my leg is doing.
We have 2 small lifts and a slightly bigger lift. Let's do this exercise on the second side.
big throw of the leg. Now, I'm going to do it slightly sideways. You're going to be sideways as well, so we're going to do both sides. I'm going to turn myself slightly to the camera so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to work on that first position. My hand is slightly in front of me, it's only sideways. Okay, and on the introduction, you're going to take the arm through first position and out to second position. Now, I'm going to do a grand battement devant, so in front, and if I break it down nice and slow, the grand battement is a tendue and a lift and a point and a close, okay? But that happens much quicker, but I want you to leave it like that so that you remember to stretch your foot, because what happens is you've got beautiful feet and then you do a grand battement and there's a sort of flexed foot at the end, so think of it as going through that tendue to a nice stretched foot, lifting the leg, returning to a pointed toe, and closing. Okay, we're going to do a nice and simple arm through first, out to second, and 3 grand battement devant, 1 and in, 2 and in, 3 and in, and a little demi plie and stretch. We're going to take this same leg and do 3 grand battement to second. Now make sure that you don't lift the hip is rotated. I want the leg slightly in front of you, not flatting up to the side, slightly in front of you. And if you imagine the sleeve standing in front of you, I want you to show your heel. So we're not rotating the leg in, you're showing the bottom of your foot with the hips nice and level. Let's have a go.
And on the second side. Don't forget to like and subscribe.